Hi, welcome to the channel. Today's video is titled Brian proves why feminist equality complaints makes no sense. So we're gonna check this video together and I'll love your thoughts and your contribution in the comments below. Let's dive right in.
While I was away, you were saying how women they couldn't work. It was so unfair. I have some thoughts there. I think if we look at that in a vacuum, women couldn't work. Oh my God. Oh my God, they couldn't work. Oh my God. In a vacuum, oh my God, what crazy evidence of sexism. But if we zoom out and we look at society as a whole, this historical, I kind of contest a little bit that women couldn't work, but just for sake of conversation, sure, maybe certain fields they didn't have access to. It was like societally frowned upon. But I kind of think if we do a comparison of the two traditional roles, and we have men and we have women.
Okay.
And you're doing an assessment of who had it worse in total.
Okay.
I think women had a pretty good deal. I think you couldn't work and okay, fine, it's sexist, whatever.
You could get Valium though, You're chilling at home having a good
Man
time.
took care of everything.
Also,
You just get to stay home with your
and
kids.
then maybe some women had bad experiences, but also I think there's probably like really good experiences, like I don't have to work. That's dope. I get to stay home, take care of the kids. I think a lot of women today wish they could have that, but they can't because of feminism. But I would just say, like, if we look at the negative outcomes when it comes to men, like, I think it was a kind of a good deal. Okay, men, you go work, you be the workhorses of society, you be the little worker ants, the worker bees, the slaves, essentially. And you provide for your family and your wife and your kids, and the woman gets to stay within the comfort of home, and it's the men that go out into sometimes these men they're going out into the fucking wilderness. The men are going to war. So if we look at like historical trades, World War I, World War II, all these wars, women were, I don't know if spared is the right word, women were protected from the barbarisms that many men did have to witness and see. And so I don't know. It's this sort of like you're looking at like specifics, and sure, whatever. It was sexist. Whatever. Women couldn't work. But men had to go to war. And then if you look, I know you want to come in. Just one final thing on this. If we look at the work that was historically available, let's go back 100 years, 150 years. What is the Apple headquarter called? The Apple. They have like a term for it.
Yes.
They call it's a campus. Trust me, in the 1800s, there weren't fucking campuses with free masseuses and free food and coffee and fucking, I don't know, ping pong tables. No, the work that was available 100, 200 years ago was primarily physical labor. And the biological, physiological reality is men are better suited to physical work. And I think it's actually kind of a privilege that men were like, you know what, we got this.
Yes.
We'll destroy our bodies. We'll get black lung so that you women can stay in comfort inside the home in the fucking cabin with the fire. And we'll go down into the mines and we'll get black lung and fucking destroy our bodies and die at 40.
Exactly. And the question is, what is wrong with that? Now you see lots of women potentially want to work from home. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? That's why sometimes like they have this when it comes to this feminist ideology, they have this selective preferences of equality that they want. Question is, do they really want equality? Because if you want equality, you get equality. But are you ready for it?
I think women got the better deal.
Yeah. But the jobs that were available to women, what do we think those were? Because what is the oldest profession?
Wait, why do you want to bring it to prostitution?
Hey, you're,
I'm saying that that it's only until fucking air conditioning was invented that all these jobs, there wasn't like a big feminist push in the 1800s. Like, yes, we want to be fucking beaver poachers, or I don't know what the fuck people were doing back then. Oh yeah, I want to go hunt or do all this shit. Women, nah.
Yeah, if you weren't having a family, you were a teacher, or you were a nurse, or you were a prostitute.
Yes, and women did. What? Hold on. Okay, most women were not prostitutes.
No, I'm not
That's
saying that they were.
proportion.
You were a mother, you were a teacher, you were a nurse, or you
Women have
slept with
women throughout history. Like if there's like the family business in the 1900s, they'd be secretaries. They'd help out around the shop. They'd help out around the farm. Women worked. So, and also, I mean, look, I think women had a pretty good deal. A pretty good deal if you look at historical. Again, I mean, I can just only reiterate this. The work that was available 100 years ago, 150 years ago, not glamorous work. You weren't a boss babe. You weren't, oh, I'm gonna fucking, get my PTO and get my vacation days. No, the work was like, we're sending the men into the mines. You're doing dangerous, dirty, grueling physical labor. You're working all day. There wasn't OSHA back in the fucking 100 years ago.
There used to be child labor 100 years ago.
Exactly.
We had to do child labor laws 100 years ago.
Exactly.
And Brian, I agree, because you and I are both, we're both Billy Zane feminists, and I think that we believe if the Titanic is sinking, it shouldn't just be women and children on the ships. Men should go too.
Oh, yeah, of course. I agree with you. Yeah. Sorry, my brain was like...
No, but I'm saying, like, if the boat is sinking, they say on the Titanic, it's only men and women are allowed to get on the boats, but Billy Zane...
Oh, sorry.
Titanic gets on the...
Let me take it back a bit. Sorry.
I agree with you. Yeah. Sorry, my brain was like...
No, but I'm saying, like, if the boat is sinking, they say on the Titanic, it's only men and women are allowed to get on the boats, but Billy Zane in Titanic gets on the boat.
That's a good... Alex, you bring that up, that's good. When it comes to the Titanic, should it be women and children first?
You mean that go into the lifeboats, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yes. Well, how about this?
The lifeboats is what we're talking about, though.
I think it should just be the rich.
Oh,
No,
First
those
class.
were the
Yeah,
first class. We're getting on the boats
Sure, they
first,
got
for
off.
sure.
They
Okay.
were like- but maybe we can agree children first, right?
Yeah.
But then...
Yeah, but if they don't have their parents, how good are they going to turn out as orphans? Come on now. Even kids that go into the system now end up living really bad lives and end up in drug addicts. Not all of them, but
parents first.
a lot of bad things happen to children.
Who
without
gets on the
parents.
lifeboats first, women or men?
Like I said,
Starting with you.
So I agree with you. It would be children first, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
But
We'll put that aside.
Yeah, we'll put it aside. So I would say, specifically thinking about the Titanic, it would be those of the highest value, both split between male and female. So the people that are essential to continue with whatever it is.
So Dr. Fauci gets on the raft?
Who? Sorry?
Dr. Fauci, because he's essential.
I haven't
It's a
seen that
pandemic.
movie.
Even
So
that would be
who's Dr.
controversial.
Dr. Fauci, the
Fauci,
pandemic.
yeah.
You remember the essential workers during the pandemic? You don't
Fauci.
remember?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was still thinking of the
that's
Titanic.
whatever everybody said. My last two jokes is just bombed, but we're getting late. I'll get one at the end.
What I'm saying is I would think it would be the most essential people, so the people who are in the leadership roles. I don't know if that's male or female. I feel like it would be split pretty evenly, but there would have to be women in order to take care of the children.
But, we can...
Just answer the question. Woman or man? Pick one. You're over explaining. Pick one. Let us know. Should we be women first or men first? And I don't think that's a difficult answer to answer or difficult question to answer. Right? It's not difficult.
talk about what the protocol was historically or whatever. Who do you think though? Should it be the
I just
women
gave you my
or the men?
answer. I
Oh,
said it should be split fairly because
Wait, the fucking Titanic is sinking. Well, tell me.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta-
Who has the most valuable to
obviously
society?
it wouldn't be that calm. But I mean, think
your
about it. If you have a bunch
resume.
of children going onto a lifeboat, there needs to be a few women because
Their
I don't.
time.
There needs
I
to be
mean,
adults.
there has to be adults there. I think it would be I do agree that I think that the people who are wealthier would think that they are the priority, but I think it's the people who are in those leadership roles that can survive on those boats until they're rescued.
Okay,
Well,
what do you think?
Like, I said the rich.
The rich.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think?
Yeah, because you'd want one guy on the boat, right? Let's say you
Sure,
said
I didn't
all,
disagree.
like the men and women, or the lady. Excuse me. Let's just say they said all the children and women can get on the boat first. I guarantee all the children would look back and be like, "Let's get one guy on the boat."
But that's what I mean is a male in a leadership role to help in
Need
the
somebody to
survival.
paddle.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's fair that it's women and children getting on the lifeboat, but I think that it would look really bad on those men because I think that's still societally
I know, but
constructed.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These are unwritten
so I'm a woman,
rules
so
that
I'm
we
going
have
to say
follow.
women because I want to live.
I think we need to be putting enough life rafts for everyone to get on a boat.
Well, this is Carnival Cruise, baby. We don't have enough. We got enough hamburgers. We don't have enough life rafts.
What do you think?
I would say women because men are physically stronger, so they can swim against currents. And I mean, you throw a woman in the ocean versus a man. A man's probably, I'm being serious. Like a man would probably have a better survival rate at swimming to a nearby island versus a woman.
I would agree. I would
just
agree
saying.
that a man would be able to swim farther than a woman. yeah.
Physically.
Well, I agree with that, but I don't think it helps you in I don't know what the temperature of the water was.
Oh my God, hypothermia affects men
Yeah.
and women
Yeah.
equally. Yeah.
The Titanic, you're dying. If you're
Whether you're a man or a
2
woman,
minutes.
you can maybe tread water for a couple minutes and you're done.
Tops.
You're done.
But you
You're done.
asked for between a man or woman, so I voted woman because a
Okay,
man.
what do you say?
So the question is, who deserves to be on the lifeboat, or who will end up being on the lifeboat?
No, who do you think should get on the lifeboat first?
It's the strongest survive, no? Like they're
Oh,
going
so
to be
the men.
fighting for it.
So the
yeah,
men.
they're going to be fighting for it.
Well, no, not
Hopefully
necessarily.
there's some
They should
order.
be. They should be if
Well,
it's
they
life
should.
or death.
Well, they should, but I think sometimes you have men's benevolent, sacrificial nature.
While they're dying.
Yeah, men sacrifice
While
themselves.
they're dying.
Captain always wants
Yeah.
to go down with the ship, though. You know what I
Down
mean?
for it.
Yes,
What do you
men
think?
will do
What
it.
do you think?
Women.
Women?
Women.
Women?
I think try and keep the families together.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
I would
that's
say only transgenders deserve to get on the boat.
fair. Save the trans.
Which trans?
They were trans back then.
The trans men, trans women.
Leave them on the boat.
Transition to a man or transition to a woman.
I mean, who do I like in
Message
society
from the
more?
government of Canada.
Sorry.
Pasty George donated $200
Thank you, man.
and 4
Appreciate it.
cents. There are a lot of men in North America who want to reproduce and have families, but it's just that feminism has brainwashed women into thinking those men are trash. Hence why men are moving on.
I'll take them.
Also, y'all have traded. Sorry, you had something. Go. I think you had something.
No, I think I
Got
might
the
have said
ADHD.
it. No,
He's
yeah,
already
yeah.
moved past it.
Well, I know in my head I was already thinking gay son or thought daughter for some reason.
What do you
What
pick?
is worse for society? Well, he's talking about having kids, and I think that's another reason why people are afraid to have kids is because,
The son.
the son could turn to be gay, or and
daughters.
the rate of autism is higher. I'm just saying, there's a lot of external factors with having kids that people are worried about, and it's like the movie Idiocracy, right? I don't know if you guys have seen that movie.
I've seen it,
But
yeah.
at the very beginning, they show this white trash family, and they used white people because they didn't want to be racist. But they show this white trash family, and this guy's banging his cousin. And his family tree just starts expanding. Then they show this other couple, and they're like, "Well, the market's not very good. I don't think we should have a kid right now." Then they fast forward 5 years. They're like, "Oh, well, this, they're giving all these reasons of why it's not a great time to have a kid." And then it's 30 years. She's like, "Well, I can't have a kid anymore," and they're financially fine. And while the other guy has hundreds of family members, and but that is really what happens in the world. And you look at India has 1 billion people, and they're all coming to Canada, and they're all coming here, and it's because people are afraid to have kids because of the external factors, because the world's so fucked up.
While I was away, you.
Anyways, talked about this. Feminists want this preferential equality. Do they really want equality? The question is no. Because when push comes to shove, everybody wants their papa name. The equality that you're finding, you will get it. Because again, it's a good thing they realize or they understand and they know that a man's strength and a woman's strength are not the same. Physically, we are not the same. So obviously, you understand the reason why majority of the time there are some core jobs or core labor jobs that men would rather, or you see the vast majority of people doing it are men. These feminists have obviously shown that it selective preferential equality for feminists or for women, which absolutely doesn't make any sense. Because how are you saying that you want equality, but you want to be treated preferentially? Hello, equality is equality. That means on a scale, on a broad scale, we're gonna be judged or treated equality. So equally. So it doesn't matter your strength, it doesn't matter your capabilities, it doesn't matter whatever it is. If a man is stronger than you have to match it. Can you match it? Again, we all know the truth, and I wish lots of these feminists would stop lying to themselves. Let me know what you think. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.